sir.
Okay.
So you have not put this in the chat box, this Snipper IO.
Yeah, I can put it again.
Good afternoon, all the participants. Um, we are continuing with the session with Mr. Swapnil Misri. Already he has covered the three sessions, and in the three sessions he has covered a lot of topics of React. And the remaining topics, I would like to request Mr. Swapnil Misri to continue further. And I hope that you will enjoy the session. The hands-on practical is really, doing very nicely. All the participants are doing hands-on, and I hope that the same thing will happen in this session by Mr. Swapnil Misri. Yes, Swapnil sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you everyone. So just to recall what we did in previous session, with respect to this project which we are building, which is nothing but a simple to-do list. We created couple of components and couple of styles over here and a constant which will be holding all the messages which we would like to show in the app, right? So in todo.js, let's just recall some stuff. Okay, so the very first thing was the basic imports which we did, the libraries from React step and the other components which we built. Okay, then we just created two states as of now, one for keeping a track of the input text, which one enters into the input which we have on the UI, and the second was one to keep the track of the to dos which user will enter. Okay, and we created couple of functions. So this function on text change was responsible for updating the state, which is nothing but the to do text over here, and add to do was responsible for updating the existing to do list which we have on the UI. And last but not least, we had a button where we just had one button which will be responsible for triggering this add to do function, and then we simply have an input tag which will be responsible for updating the to do text which we have. Okay, apart from that, we created a component which was to do list, and as learned how to pass props, we have just passed props called as to dos, because this component in this component we will be returning an HTML which will be responsible for displaying the to do list which user wants to see on the screen, right? So this component must have access to all the to dos, and that's what we did. To achieve that, we pass them via prop. Okay, and as of now in to do list we haven't done anything so far. We just imported this React and styles which are required. Okay, so let's just continue making this forward. So now it's really simple. We are already extracting to dos from the props. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to just iterate to this to dos. So we already have a class name over here which is called as to do list container. Okay, so let me just open it side by side so that we can take a look at the CSS part too. So I will just grab this and add it over here. Okay, so as of now what I will do is I will try to mimic some CSS parts from browser DOM itself so that I don't have to save it again and again and reload. So this is the to-do list container. Okay, we don't have any CSS as of now. Okay, so let's just try to give this some width and height over here. So we'll give a width of so we'll give width of 50%, and let's just give the height of uh, some height of around also 50%. Okay, just to make sure things are working, I will just give a border color to see how much space it's occupying. So it's going to be 1px solid black. So this is the border which we are getting. Um okay, sounds good. Let's just try to see till where it's getting extended. So let me just reduce width a bit to around 40 or 30. I think this will be fine for us. So I'll just copy this part, the width and height part. Okay. And there's one more thing which I would like to specify over here is nothing but overflow of auto. Because now we have provided this list a specific width and height, and we want to make sure that if something is getting overflowed from that specific height, then we want to show the cursor so that the user can scroll down. But we don't want to show overflow along x-axis, we just want to show overflow along y-axis. So what we will do is we will let overflow y as auto, and overflow x should be hidden. Okay, we don't want to show it. I'll just copy this css, just add it to what we are building over here. Let's just remove this part because we don't need it. Save it. Okay, so now we are having to do's. Then what we will do is I will just try to grab some card from this, and inside this card we need couple of things. The very first thing is that we need a checkbox. Then we want to display the message, and then we want a button which will be responsible for deleting that to do. Okay, so let's just check couple of cards which are available over here. Okay. Hmm. So I think we can go ahead with this type of cards where at the title we will be showing the checkbox. Then we will be showing a simple message which we have written, and then we will be simply showing a button. So if I go with this card, let's just try to figure out which card it is in the UI. Okay, so we can take this card as of now. So I will just copy this card. Okay, I will just copy this and add it over here. And I will also import these things. I will just import couple of things from React stack. So right now we are not iterating through the to-dos. We are just checking how our UI will look like. Right? So we need card. We need card body. We need something called as card title. We don't need subtitle as of now, so we can get rid of this. We can use card text as well. Card text. And I think that's it. We have imported all the stuff which is needed. Let's just save it and try to see how UI will look like. This button is not defined, so let's import button over here. Save it. Okay, sounds good. So it's looking good now. Let's just try to make couple of changes. So inside card title, okay, we don't want this title to be there, right? Instead of this, we need a checkbox. So what we can do is we use something called as input earlier. So inside this card title, I need to add a input tag. Let's just try to see what props this input tag accepts. So if I go to input over here, and if I try to see if we can find the checkbox over here, just a second. Yeah, so this is the checkbox, right? So just trying. So this is going to be checkbox. Okay. So input type is going to be checkbox for us, and it's accepting something called as check. So this will accept something called as boolean, and it will help us identify whether the to do is done or not. So as of now, let's just pass through over here, see how it's working. I also don't need tag as h5 because we are not using any paragraph or text in this. We just try to see if we are getting what's expected. Correct. So we are getting what's expected. Okay. So now let's just try to do couple of additional stuff over here. Over here we already have a button, and then let's just try to rename it, right? So we'll have something called as const remove to do. remove to do button text, and this will be something like remove the to do, and I will just export it from this constant. Okay, good. Now I will import it over here. Just import it over here from constants, and I want to import remove to do button text. Okay, over here we will add remove to do button text, and the color. So color is going to be danger. Just save this stuff and see whether, yeah, so it's working as expected. So if I try to just reload it, okay. So there's one more thing which I found out. Like if I change the text to add to do, so you see we are getting something like this, right? So in this case, we will have to change the width of the input bar which we are getting. So this is the input, right? So what we can do is you can see a class of form control over here, right? And this is the global CSS, right? And now our global.css file will come into existence, which will help us to override the global CSS of some other component, right? So let's say if I change this width to around 80% or 50, 40. Okay. So if I reduce this width, just a second, right? So if I reduce this width, you see it's getting properly aligned. Let me just try to do 50. See, 70 is also working. 80 is not working, right? So we can give it as 70% width. Okay. I will just copy this part and just try to remember the class name over here, form control, right? I will go to my global.css. Okay. Now the class name is form control. Okay. And we want this width to be present rather than width of 100%, which is already present. And there's one more thing which I will add over, is nothing but not important. Okay, so this usually helps to override width and couple of CSS properties. This helps to override CSS properties of some another component. So not important is mandatory for us. Okay, I will save it, and also I will import it in my index.js file because I still haven't imported global.css. So I'm come over here, import it over here, which is nothing but dot slash it's in styles, and inside styles what we will do is we will update the global.css. Okay, so this should do for us. Just save it, just try to reload it and see, so we are getting the right behavior as of now. Okay, so now this is what we will be doing. It's relatively simple. Okay, so since we have our UI ready with us, what we can do is I will close the remaining tabs which are not needed as of now. Okay, so now this is one thing which is ready with us. I will copy it and store it somewhere as of now. Okay, let's just keep it over here. So now we are already having to dos with us, right? So what we will do is we will check for a couple of things before iterating to the list which we are having. So we will check whether we are having length or not. So if we'll check whether length is there or not, which means there exists some to dos in our list. So if length is greater than 0, what does this signify is that if your length is greater than 0, then whatever you specify inside this will get executed, and if its length is greater than 0, then this will get executed. Okay, so if the to do is having length, which means if we have one or more to dos, then we will return this card view which we made over here. Else we'll be showing a simple message that there are no to dos yet. Okay, so what we will do is right now I will just display null as of now. Okay, and now we will iterate towards in to dos. So to dos, So this is something which we did in previous session while fetching the results from an dummy API and listing down them on the web app which we built. Okay, so this is something similar to that. So again, we will map over that. Okay, so we will have a single to do at a time, an index of that to do. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to just display the card. So we will grab this, okay, and we'll paste it over here. Okay, so things are working fine over here. Now, this checked property should be shown from to do, right? Because in to do we have declared one thing whether the specific to do is done or not, right? So we'll do something called as to do dot is checked. Okay. The message over here will be again this message which is there. So I will write something called as to do the message. Okay. There is one thing which why we added index over here is that each and every list must have a unique key prop in HTML. So I will just add a key property so that we don't get an error as of now. Okay, that's it. And now what I will do is if nothing is present, okay, so then too I will show the card over here. Okay, but I won't be adding all this stuff. Okay, so we don't need title over here. We also don't need button over here. Okay. And instead of to do message we will show some custom message, right? So we will again go back to constant. We'll create a new text which is called as no to do's found. So we can just add a simple text, thing like no to do's for the day. Okay, so something like this. Yeah, so we can have this thing with us, relatively easy. And what we will do is to access this again we will import it from constant. So I will just get this thing because we haven't exported it yet. No to do's found, right? Then no to do's found, and over here we will be using no to do's found. Let's just save it and see what results do we get. Okay, so since we don't have any to do's, we are seeing this message over here. Okay, but let's just try to add some to do's and see whether we are getting the right results or not. Okay, so if I write something like first to do and click on add, you see we have this list over here. It's not still checked. Okay, I will add a CCO and the second to do, add it. So you can see a second to do. Let me just check it. Okay, okay, so we can't check it because still we are not updating our existing list. And also we see that there is no space between these cards, right? So what we will do is we'll just add a new class name over here, class name, which will be style of to card. Okay, and inside this thing which we have already created the CSS file, we can add it over here and just add a margin again of 0.2 VW. Okay, so this will give some spacing. So now it's looking good. Okay, but if we click on this button nothing is happening, right? Because still we haven't configured actions like what should happen if we click on this checkbox or what should happen if we click on this remove to do. Okay, so let's just go ahead and add those. So the very first thing to keep in mind is that whenever we are pressing this checkbox or whenever we are pressing this remove to do, we are directly updating this state of to do's, right? So right now if it's not checked, then on clicking on this we want to check this item, right? So how can we check that? So what we'll do is we will get the index of this card, okay, and try to update the value which is present in this array of objects. Okay, so let's say if I click on this first to do, okay, So I will get the index of this as 0. So inside this to do, I will update the zeroth position with true. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing over here. So let's just try to achieve that. So right now we have this thing, and then input type. Okay, so let's see on click what happens on click. Okay, so on click what we will be doing is we will be calling a function. So let's write a function which will be toggling the checkbox. Just toggle the checkbox. Okay, and this will accept an index over here. Okay, and this index is nothing but the index which we are using over here, right? So I will call this as, so I will write it as toggle checkbox followed by index. Okay, so so you might have noticed at some place while creating functions like in to do or do, we are directly specifying the function over here, right? Like on click equal to function, because we are not passing any parameters to this function. But for this toggling the checkbox, we are passing one parameter. Okay, so that's the reason we are passing an arrow function and an index over here. Okay, so this is one difference which we need to keep in mind. So if we want to pass any parameter to the function, then we will write it this way. Okay, else we can write it this way. Okay, so this can also be written as what we have written it currently. So if I want to do something like this will work the same way. Okay, it's completely your choice, like how you want to write it. So now we will stick with what we have already written over here. Okay, so when we toggle the checkbox, now what we need to do is we need to update this existing to-do list, right? So how can we update it? Because this state of to-do is present inside to-do this, and right now we want to change the existing state of parent from the child component, right? Because this to do is nothing but parent of to do list. So if you take a look at this component closely, inside to do we have something called as to do list. So there are two ways of achieve this. Okay, what we can do is we can create a function over here which will be responsible for updating the state and pass that function as a props to do list. Okay, or what we can do is directly pass this set to dos as a props to do list. So either way is fine. So what we can do is in this case we will be directly passing this set to dos as a props. So we have passed set to dos as a props over here to do list. I will save it, and again we will be accepting it from here, set to dos. Okay, so just make sure that the name which you provide over here and the name which is present over here is similar. So we have set to dos over here. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to update the index, right? So just finding a way how can we do that. So what we will do is we will try to clone the existing to dos. So I will create something called as let temp to dos. So I will do something like this called as json.parse, json.stringify the existing to dos which we are having. Okay, so so what we're trying to do is that so there's one thing to keep in mind over here. JavaScript is a language which uses pass by reference and not pass by value. Okay, so what do I mean by pass by reference is that whatever data which you pass through props or something like that, so the value is passed using the place where it's currently stored. Okay, so let's say if I have something called as a and b, let me try to give an example. What do I mean by that? So let's say if I have something called as a as 5. Okay, so a is 5. Okay, and let's say if I declare a variable b is also having value of 5. Okay, so in this case now a is also 5 and b is also 5. But let's say if I try to update 5 to 6, so the value of b is now 6, but if you take a look at the value, it's also 5. Okay, so we want to make sure that this indexes doesn't get updated whenever we pass any props to it. Okay, so that's the reason what we are trying to do is we are trying to deep clone this so that the memory location which we get in this variable is different from the memory location which is present over here. Okay, so this is one thing which we need to keep in mind. So that's the reason we are deep cloning it. Okay, and now what we will be doing is we'll be updating. So temp to do's of index dot right. So inside this index we will be having an object. Okay, and that object has one field called as checked. So I will be just taking this value. Okay, and what we will do is we will just revert this value. So inside this we should have something like not of this. Okay, and let's just try to log what we are trying to get now inside this temp to do's. Just save it. Okay, right now we are not updating the state, but we are just trying to see what's happening. So let's say if I try to do this. Okay, so now I try to check the first item and the second item should be unchecked, right? And that's what you see over here. So the first item is now checked, second item is unchecked. Let's try to check this too. So now both the items should be checked, right? So second to do is nothing but false. Now this is checked. So this is one thing which we can do over here. Okay, so let's just try to add this. Now this will, now we will be setting a state. So we will be updating the state with temp to do's. So this should work for us now. Okay, and let's try to see if we are getting the right results. Yeah, so now you can see we have checked it over here. We have also checked it over here. If I toggle it again, it's unchecked. If I toggle it again, it's unchecked. Okay, so we are able to do these actions. Okay, as simple as that. And let's just try to see what we are getting over here. Let me just reload this. This will be to do one, this will be to do two. So if I check it, okay, I haven't consoled it yet, so let me just console.log the time to use. Okay, so let's just reload it again so that we get better result. So to do one, just add it. Right, I will add it to do two. So this is there. Let's just try to check this out. So the first one is true, second one is false. Let's just try to see. So now both are true. Okay, so we are getting expected results. Just toggle this. Now first should be true and second should be false. So this is what we are getting, right? So which means that the functionality which we have delivered over here is correct. Okay, and we will be doing the same thing for deleting the item from the list. So let's say this is the button which is danger, and again on click, what we will do is we will call a function which will be nothing but delete to do, and again we will be passing the index over here. Okay, and so let's create another function which is called as something called as delete to do. This will accept something called as index over here. Okay, and we will do the same thing which we did over here. Okay, now what we will do is we will again clone it, the existing values. Let's just clone the existing values, and then now we want to delete that item from specific index, right? So there's a function in JavaScript called as splice. So if I use temp to do's dot splice, okay, and what do you need to splice, right? So you need to splice the items from that index, and you only want to delete one item. Okay, so this specifies the total number of items you want to delete from that index, and this index specifies from where you want to start deleting. So this is going to be there, and again we will be updating the state using set to do's to the. Okay, so if I save it and see like if we are able to get the right results. So if I try to delete this, you see this item is deleted, this is also deleted. Okay, so we are able to work on what we are trying to do right now. And I think that's it with the basic functionalities of the to do. What you can do is for improvement now, let's just try to clear the text whenever someone adds the to do, right? So you have said the to do. Now right now what's happening is that if I try to add the to do, this text is saying in place, right? We want to make sure that whenever someone adds the to do, we should clear it. Okay, so what we can do is whenever someone adds the to do, just set the to do text to empty. Just set the to do text to the empty. Okay, and this should do for us. So let's say if I go again over here, click on add to do, I will just remove this debugger, right? So now you can see that we don't have anything. And the other improvement which we can do is that while adding the to do, we can check whether that specific to do exists in the list or not, right? So what we can do is if the to do already exists, then we can show the alert that to do already exists in the list. Okay, else we can leave it as it is. It's up to your choice. So I will let that to you guys to find out like how can you actually prevent it from adding it. Okay, so yeah, so that's it from my side. In case of to do list, we are getting the functionalities as expected. And what I will do is I will add this code in snipper.io so that you guys can try it out on your own once. So let's just create it. Okay, so yeah, so let's just create a new file. Let's do the JS going to the JavaScript. Uh, and I will just remove all these files. I hope that you guys have grabbed it with you. So I will just remove it. Uh, I will also remove it. It's not required. From demo, it's also not required, and this is also not required for me. Okay, so right now I have just to do.js. I will just take this. I will paste it over here. I will create a new file, to do list.js. Then this is in JavaScript. Create it. So whatever I have in my to-do list will be present over here. Okay. Just create new file. JS. Again, this is going to be a JavaScript file. So just take the constants. Okay, and then we have couple of CSS files with us. But before that, let's update index.js. So I will take this index.js with me. So in index.js, I will paste this part. We'll create couple of CSS files. So to do dot module dot css. This is going to be CSS file. So inside to do dot module dot css, I will grab this CSS. And then we have to do list dot module dot css. Again, this is a CSS file. Yeah, CSS file. Let's create it. And if I go over here, this is the to do list dot module dot css. And we have one last file which is called as global dot css. This is also a CSS file. We create it and copy all the global stylings from here. Okay. So I think that's it. This is a simple to-do app which we built. You guys can go through it and let me know if you face any issues or I have doubts. Yeah,
So can you just go to directory structures, like where
yeah,
did you
yeah,
do that?
sure. So I will close a couple of stuff over here. Okay. So just to recall the directory structure, inside source. Okay, inside source we created two folders which is called as components and styles. Okay, and we created a new file which is called as constants. Inside styles we have this styling part, and inside components we have this components part. Okay, so I'm keeping this open over here if someone would like to view. Okay, Okay, we'll wait until 3, like around 10 minutes, so that you guys can continue with this part. And then we can take the last part, which is pending, which is nothing but setting up your Git accounts and just giving a brief overview about Webpack.
सर
Yes,
द
ma'am.
आउटपुट सिर्फ वो बटन आ रहा है, बटन के ऊपर की टेक्स्ट नहीं दिख रहा है मुझे।
कहाँ पे? Card
Like
में?
add, yeah, add, we get add, remove, that buttons are there, no, green and
Yeah.
red color button.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the button, but उसके ऊपर टेक्स्ट आता है ना, add to do list, remove, वो टेक्स्ट नहीं दिख रहा है।
Just a second. Uh, ये वाला बटन्स के अंदर टेक्स्ट नहीं दिख रहा है, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं?
या हाँ
या सो आपने यहाँ से एक्सपोर्ट किया क्या ये कॉन्स्टेंट्स में से?
हाँ किया मैंने वो सब
ओके।
कुछ किया।
और ये टू डू में जो बटन है ऑलरेडी,
हाँ हाँ
वो बटन के अंदर डाला, राइट?
हाँ, वो वैसे ही कॉपी किया। आई डिडंट डू एनीथिंग ऑन माय ओन, आई
ओके,
जस्ट कॉपीड
सो
फ्रॉम देयर।
कैन यू शेयर योर स्क्रीन? आई
या
कैन टेक।
या
Sir, I got the error that module not found Bootstrap dist. So I have to install Bootstrap.
सर यू कैन सी माय स्क्रीन नाउ। Everything is working, but the thing is the text I'm not able to see, like hello.
Yeah, can you open your code so I can just quickly take a look at it? You haven't saved your constant.js file, so
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Sir,
So
just show once the directory structure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So but आपको दिख रहा था ना वो साइज वगैरह, मतलब the text box and the button, it's not visible like that. I don't know the short
या
text.
सो वो स्क्रीन विड्थ पे डिपेंड करेगा.
Okay,
सो
okay.
इफ मैं भी मेरा स्क्रीन विड्थ डिक्रीज करता हूँ ना,
हाँ
सो
हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट, हाँ.
सो
But
ऐसे वो डिपेंड करेगा. बिकॉज इट्स रिस्पॉन्सिव राइट. ये जो लाइब्रेरीज है दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिव इन नेचर, सो इट अडेप्ट्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्क्रीन विड्थ एंड हाइट.
ये
सो
रेस्पॉन्सिव नहीं हो रहा है मेरे को, मतलब वो छोटा ही दिख रहा है actually.
नहीं नहीं, मतलब रिस्पॉन्सिव एज इन लाइक डिपेंडिंग अपॉन स्क्रीन विड्थ एंड हाइट इट विल अडेप्ट इट्स पेरेंट. ऐसा मैं बोल रहा हूँ. सो अगर मैं ऐसे करूँगा तो विजिबल ऐसे.
सर इसका प्रीवियस एक डेमो था ना अबाउट समथिंग को, अब वो पेस्ट नहीं किया था स्निपर में, वो कोड नहीं डाला कुछ.
कौन सा?
द प्रीवियस डेमो, द लिंक डेमो होम अबाउट.
नहीं वो डाला था मैंने, अभी रिमूव कर दिया. तो चाहिए तो मैं वापस डाल सकता हूँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
अच्छा, डाल दीजिए मैसेज.
ओके.
Actually, our installation is taking time, so we are late in doing it.
Just to make sure this is not home page, okay? This is just home.js. I accidentally mistyped it.
सर इसका डायरेक्टरी स्ट्रक्चर.
या ओके, मैं शेयर करता हूँ, एक सेकंड. Okay, so यहाँ पे this is to-dos directory structure, okay, and this is that router demo structure, okay.
ओके सर.
Okay. index.js ये तो यहाँ पे है, okay.
So if we create a new folder and a new project, we'll have to install React Strap and Bootstrap again.
If you create new project, then you will have to install it. So if you are creating new folder in same project, then you don't need to install it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So like sir asked, madam asked, she needs to install Bootstrap, right? So it's like installation is for particular project.
Yes, for each and every project you will have to install the package if you will like to use it.
Okay.
Sir, even if we do not add or type anything in to do text box and keep on clicking on add to do, it will add empty to dos.
Okay, so what we can do is we can add a check over there. So uh, if
Not
I
null or something condition.
yeah, exactly. So this is something similar to what we did previously while working with forms. Or we can just add something like if not of uh, to do text. Sorry, if there is to do text, then you add it. Else you don't add it. Okay. So in else you can add alert or anything whatever you will like to add. But in order to prevent that, we can add this condition. So if there is a text, then only you go and add. And if I go and try to do things over here, let me just reload it. So it's still adding. Just a second. Just a second. Why is it adding? Just a second. Terminal. Oh, just a second. We added condition at the wrong place. We need to do this when we are adding a to do. So if to do text, then only do something. Okay. So if to do text is there, then do something. Else don't do anything. So now it should not add. Okay. So you can show the alert if you guys would like to. I will leave it that to you guys. Okay. I will just update the code base. So this to do.js.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome.
सर वो यूजर फाइल नहीं डाला, यूजर डॉट जेएस का कोड नहीं है.
ये होम पेज जैसा ही है. यू कैन क्रिएट ऑन योर ओन. लाइक कुछ है नहीं उसमें, खाली फंक्शन नेम और ये अलग है.
ओके ओके.
यस. We'll wait for more 5 minutes and then we'll continue with the remaining part. Okay, I think we can continue further with this session. Okay, so this is the last part of the session which we will be covering. Okay, because we have covered all the concepts with respect to React and how can we use different UI libraries in our application, and we have also performed hands-on on couple of topics as well as created a simple single page application which is nothing but a to-do list. So what I will be doing is I will be creating a zip of all the files which we have created in this webinar, and just provide it to you and provide it to you guys. Okay, but before that, now what we will be doing is uh, we will be creating Git accounts. Okay, so as of now I already have one in handy with me. Okay, so just a second. So there are two things which you can do. Either you can create your account on Git, or either you can create your account on GitLab. So I have created my account on GitLab over here. Okay. So if I click on sign in, okay. So you can register over here. Okay. So you can write first name, email name, username, email, password. Okay, and register it over here. For me, in this case, I already have the account, so I will just log in over here. Okay. Invalid. Okay. So for me, I have created my account on GitLab. I can provide this link to you guys if you will like to create your account on GitLab. But there's also another option for creating your account on Git. So if I not Git, GitHub. So there are two things. One is GitLab and one is GitHub. Both does the exact same thing. It's your choice whether you want to create your account on GitLab or GitHub. Again, if I go to GitHub and try to sign in, you can create your account. Okay. Okay, so I will just provide this link to you. So you can create your account in any one of this and let me know once you are done with that. I will recommend going with GitLab if you would like to follow this session because I have my account up and running on GitLab over here, and you can also see couple of projects over here. So I will be using my this account to push this project. And what I will be doing is after pushing, I will be sharing link with you guys. This Git link with you guys so that you can directly access it and download it on your system. Okay. So we'll just see how can you push it to Git, and we will also see how can you download it from Git. Okay. Let me know once done in chat box so that we can start you know creating what we say the file for pushing your contents on Git.
Sir, I'm having account on GitHub. Same account will work for GitLab.
No, so it's fine if you are having account for GitHub, then it's fine. Like most of the things are similar, so, like the commands are similar, so it should not cause an issue.
But how I will get then your directories or because you said that you are going to upload on GitLab, right?
Yeah, I will be providing you the link. So just a second. So if I go to any of the projects over here, okay, I will be providing you with this Git link. Okay,
Okay.
so you can
Hmm.
download it on your system using this link.
Okay.
Okay. So there's one question asked in chat box where can we link a Gmail account with GitLab? Yes, you can link your Gmail account with GitLab.
Sir,
Yeah,
one
ma'am.
question I want to ask you that nowadays various compilers are there online.
Mhm.
Like even for W3 school, if I write, they have their sample code. If I make any changes, immediately to the right side, I can check the
Uh-huh.
output. In the same way, like for students or now in the pandemic situation, if they are facing some problem, is there any online editor or is there any online compiler for React?
Yeah, so what you can do is you
Even
can.
now in our case also, like installation takes a long time, right?
Yeah, so there's one site, I forgot the name. Just a second. Uh, I use so I use it quite often. Okay, so there's something called as codesandbox.io. Okay,
Codesandbox.io.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to this link, okay, so
Hmm.
you can use any of the basic templates. So for we are using React, right? So you can
Okay.
click on
Hmm.
it,
Hmm.
okay, or you can register and create your own sandbox.
Hmm.
Uh, s- so this is just for online editor, okay. So you see that someone has already created this sandbox, okay.
Hmm.
So you can see app.js over here, packet.json over here, right? Source is there, public directory is there,
Hmm.
everything is there. Now you can add new folders, directory, import it and use it over here. So if I remove this,
Hmm.
it should get automatically reflected, okay.
Hmm.
So if you guys want, I can ping this link out. You can create your account and create your own sandboxes, okay. So what this will do is this will be something like snipper.io.
Ah.
Since the code exists, you will have everything in handy. So if you give link to someone, then they will be able to also see the code and also see the output of that code,
Hmm.
okay.
And in the previous session, you told that React.js is good site for our documentation.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any other?
I don't know, like I haven't referred any other sites. Most of the time I spend my time watching YouTube videos regarding tutorials. So you can
Okay.
also find a way on YouTube. Like there are lots of tutorials on YouTube which gives a brief and detailed understanding like how React works and all those stuff.
Hmm.
So if you would like to read something about it, then the react.org is I think best place because it's been maintained by the creators itself, right?
Hmm.
So that's the best place. And if you like to see some video tutorials, then I think YouTube is the best platform to look for.
Okay.
So for the router demo, which is the file, which is the first file need to be written in index.js actually?
For router demo, okay. So for router demo, what you need to do is you created the folder structure, right? React
Yes,
router
yes, yes.
demo.
Now
Then you create,
index.js, yeah,
yeah,
React router demo
yeah,
slash,
yes.
which
So
file will come? Router
y-
demo or?
router demo will come. You need to
Okay,
import router demo and use it over here.
okay. And restrict strict mode also within that we'll write router demo.
Yes, yes. We'll wait for 5 minutes and then we will continue this so that we can wind up around 4. There's also a possibility that while pushing to your Git repository, you might get some errors, possibly because there might be some configuration issues. But we will take a look at it if we get much more time. I will just show you the steps like how can you push it to your GitLab accounts or GitHub accounts and try to fetch any of the projects from that. So there are two ways to configure that. One is using SSH. So let's say if I go to any of the project over here, in clone you see two options available with you. Either using SSH or either using HTTPS. I haven't configured this on my system. I haven't configured SSH on my system a long time, so I'm not sure about how can we go that. I often use HTTPS because this only asks me for username and password to push to my branch. Okay, so I will be following this approach. We'll just create an account, create one new project, okay, and try to push it to that specific project. Okay, so we'll wait just around 3:30, like around 6 minutes remaining, and then we will start creating a new project in GitLab and try to push it over there. uh, till that time, if you guys have any other doubt, then you can ask in the chat box or unmute yourself and go ahead with that. Yeah.
Sir, I'm having issue with the previous demo. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I'm getting this error. That's a router file which we did.
So it's saying that you forgot to export any one file. So it seems that in router demo, if you can go in router demo. Uh, 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 okay. Did you exported components from home page about an user? Your router demo is not saved, so just reload it one more time. Yeah, so just make sure that it's saved. So yeah.
Okay.
Sir, you said you referred a quite a lot of YouTube videos. So, is there any specific channel you recommend or suggest, or just
No, like I don't have any such opinions. I just randomly, if I find that interesting, then I just watch it. Like,
okay?
so you can go ahead with that. Like I don't have any favorite recommendations or something like that. I just randomly surf, and if I find something interesting, then I keep on watching that. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
We'll wait for last 3 minutes. Okay, so we can get started with this last part. Okay, so this is my GitLab account. Or even if you are working on GitHub, you will be seeing an option something called as new project. So just click on that. Okay, so you will be traversed to this page. So for us, we will be creating a blank project repository. Okay, the first option over here. Click on it. Then it says that you need to write a project name. So in this case I will be writing something as React webinar, React webinar. Just a second, just to maintain consistency for all my project names. Yeah, yeah, okay, so I will rename it as that, and this is your project slab. So the http url which you see for cloning will be this. We don't want any project description. Visibility level private or public. If I keep it private, then you will always need authentication to access the project. So I will keep it public so that you guys can exit it easily. I will create this project. Okay, so my project is created. This is public now. So it says that the project can be accessed without any authentication. Okay, and there are a couple of things over here. So once you create an empty project, you will be seeing couple of options over here, right? For those who have what we say uh, created their account for the first time, okay, they need to configure a GitLab user on their system. Okay, so but we forgot one thing actually. Just a second. We forgot to install one software. Okay, so we need to install something called as Git on our system. So if you traverse to Git, so this is the website. If you can go to this website, pasting this link in chat box. Okay, just go to this link and just click on this download. Okay, and just download as per your needs. like for Windows, for Mac OS or Linux. So if I go on Windows, the download will automatically started, but I will cancel it because I have installed on my system. So once this is installed, okay, you can download other versions, 32-bit and all those stuff. Once you are done, you can see that if I type something called as git, I get some options over here. Okay, so if you are getting these options, then it's properly installed, it's properly added to your environmental variables. Just check the version of it. So git hyphen v doesn't work over here. Git hyphen version over here. So I get this thing. Okay, and once you install this thing, you will get an another terminal predefined with it, which is called as git bash. So if I type over here as git bash in my system, I will see something like this. Okay, if I try to open it over here, okay, try to search it. So you see something as git bash over here. So if I click on it, you should see something like this. Okay, but it's not mandatory to use it. You can use your command prompt too for pushing code to your git, and I will be also using command prompt to do that, or by default Visual Studio Code to do that. Okay, so now since this is already done on my system, I am not doing this thing. Okay, the second thing which we need to do is, okay, uh, go to the directory which we want to push. Okay, so what I will do is, I will go to the directory. I will close the existing projects as of now. uh, I will go to this to-do list. Okay, so instead of just pushing one project, I will push this entire webinar project. Okay, so what I will be doing is, I'll be doing one thing over here. I will be removing this git files from all the existing apps which I was having, like in this case webinar to-do list. Just try to delete it. Why is it not allowing me to access it?
It is asking
This is-
add a Git bash profile to Windows terminal. Is it
Yeah.
required?
Yeah, so that's what I showed right now, right? You will get something called as git bash, so you can add it. Yeah, so then there is app one. I will also delete this. Okay, so these two things are deleted. What I will do is I will just rename things couple of it so that it's easy to understand. Okay, so
So one minute.
yeah.
During installation, it's asking use Git from Git bash only, or Git from the command line, or use Git and optional unique tools from the command prompt.
You can select third one.
Well, and it is asking enable experimental support or
No, don't enable it. You can disable it. Yeah. I will also try to make sure a couple of things. That my name in packet.json is proper. So if I go over here, okay. So package.json. Yeah. So now I have couple of things ready with me. Okay. So you see that inside React Basic we have all the stuff which we did in the first session and first half of today's session, like React Router, DOM, what are use effect, use state, and demos of all those. And this webinar to-do list is a project which we created right now. This is nothing but to-do list, and this is some couple of docs which I thought that I will create it. Uh, for the reference. Okay, so these three things are one are is consisting of my project. Okay, which I want to push it to this repository. Okay, so this repository will have these three things, which is nothing but React Basic, webinar to do list, and what we say this docs file. Okay, so what I can do is now I can come over here, okay, and type my open my terminal. Okay, so I opened my command prompt. I will run one command called as git init. So what this will do is this will initialize an empty git repository. So you see one git repository getting initialized over here. There is one more thing which I would like to do. I will like to remove this git ignore from each and every what we say from each and every project, because I want to push all of things and I will paste it over here. Oh, I accidentally deleted it and didn't paste it. Just a second, I will get it from some other project. Uh, Side webinar. I will paste this just to make sure that right files are ignored. I will open this. Okay, so these are the files which we want to ignore while pushing it on git. Okay, so I don't want node modules and couple of other stuff on my github account or gitlab account. Okay, so I have git ignore over here, I have git over here. Okay, now I will try to follow the commands which they have provided over here. So make sure you are in the right directory, which is nothing but React webinar. So in this case, my right directory is this directory, which you see on the top, webinar 17 May and 19th May. Okay. So for us, readme and all those things are already created. Okay. So there is no need to make any of these things. So you will run these two commands first, just configure your username and email. Okay. Then what I will do is I will uh, follow command which is present over here, push an existing folder. Okay, so I am going inside existing folder. Okay, then I am creating something called as git init. Okay, so we already did git init. This is if you would like to name your branch as main. So we have multiple branches available. One is master branch, which will hold your source code. And while creating merge request, you officially create new branches so that it can be properly reviewed and merged into the master. And once it's merged into the master, if you have any pipelines or something running, to deploy it to production. Okay. So since we already ran git in it, okay, so default name of our branch will be master, not main. So if you run this command, then default name of your branch will be main, and this is the protected branch. Okay, you can provide access to people to directly merge into the branch or avoid it to do it. Okay, so the first command is done, git init is done. I will run this command. Okay, but remember that I haven't configured SSH on my system, so I will be using HTTPS. Okay, so instead of using this, what I will do is I will take this git remote add origin, I will copy it. Okay, for those who are not able to see, I will just increase the font size to 36. Okay, so I'm doing this git remote add origin. Okay, and I will take the HTTPS URL which is already you see clone with HTTPS. I will take this URL with me, copy it. Okay, so you will run this command now, git remote add origin, and this thing, hit enter. Okay, so you have added the origin on your system now. Just git add it, so add all the files which I want. So I will run this command. Let's see what it does now. Mm, just a second. Okay, I will remove this. So it seems that it also adding files from node modules. Let me just copy it back to other projects. Copy it over here. We'll also copy it over here, and let's just try to run it. Git add. Yeah, so now things seems to work fine. So what we can do is we can add this git ignore at three places. One in the very root, and the other two in this projects. Okay, which is nothing but this React Basic and the to-do list one. So now we have added all the files. So you see all the files over here is been successfully added. Next, what I will do is I will run this command. Okay, just commit your final values. So we have committed our values. Okay, and finally we will run this thing. Okay. Now it's saying that get push hyphen u origin main. Okay. So remember I haven't executed this part where I want to keep the name of the initial branch as main. I have kept it just get in it. So default name is master for me. So I will write get push u hyphen u origin and not main. It will be master for me. So I will do this. I will clear the existing part. I will paste it and this is going to be master. See? Okay. So it should ask me for username and password. So my username is nothing but my email ID. So let's see. Okay. Just asking for my password. I will add it and hit enter. Okay. So it's just copying the objects. And you see branch master set track and everything is pushed to this. If I try to reload this now, let's see what we are seeing now. Okay. So now we are seeing our project which we already created. This is the doc file. This is the to-do list. Let's try to see that we are getting all the files. So I see that to-do list is proper. Go back to React Basic source. Okay. And so I see everything has been pushed properly on this project. Also, one more thing to notice over here is that in git ignore we specified that we don't want couple of files to be pushed, right? So if I go to any of the project, you won't be seeing node modules over here, correct? And that's what we specified. So if I take a look at any of the git ignore file, I don't want node modules, I don't want build, I don't want any of the file which is present over here. Okay, so you will not be seeing any of the files which you specify in git ignore, so they won't be committed and pushed to your branch. Okay, so we have things ready with us. What I will do is I will take the https url and share it with you guys so that you guys can download it. Okay, so now the question comes, how will you download it, right? I just shared you the url. Okay, so there's a command to download it. You what you can do is you can just go to any of the directory where you will like to download this project. Okay, and you will just run this command get clone this thing. Okay, and this will do the work for you. uh, for demonstration purpose, let's just try to go to desktop now. Okay, so let's just try to go to desktop and try to clone this. So if I try to clone this, git clone, since I have kept it as public, you should directly able to access it. There is no need for providing username and password. So basically you don't need any authentication. Hit enter. It's saying that it's cloning into it and it's downloading. Okay, so if I go and check in my desktop now, okay, so you see something called as a react webinar we said. Okay, and this is the file which we need. So again, if I go back to that directory, cd react webinar, okay, and just open it with code editor, you should see all the files which are already there, right? So this is there, this is there. Okay, uh, just note that these are individual projects. Just to keep sure that you get everything from one url, I have kept it everything at one place. But these are individual projects. Okay, so let's say if you want to work on react basis basic, you will go inside this directory. Okay, and you will run npm install, because right now we haven't committed node modules. Okay, so none of the file is installed. So when you run npm install or yarn install, it will take a look at this packet.json and install relevant libraries for you guys. Okay, so I think that's it for the git part. I will ping the link which will help you to download it. So if I go here, I'll just copy this link and add it in the chat box so that you guys can use it. Okay. Sounds good. and this is how we pushed the project to Git. Okay, and I think that's it from my end. We have covered like most of the things on desktop too. I will just delete this because we don't need it anymore, because we have it available on our Git, right? So yeah, any questions or any issues while performing any task, you can ask me. We can try resolving doubts until 4.
Yes, participants, if you want any doubt, please ask.
Sir, uh, git push minus u origin master ऐसा दिया था command,
हाँ,
but it is showing that origin does not appear to be git repository.
सो वो ऊपर के कमांड्स रन किए थे क्या जब न्यू प्रोजेक्ट क्रिएट किया तभी?
Which one? Can you show this?
ओके,
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करना पड़ेगा. इनिट किया था पहले,
हाँ,
git init किया, then git commit किया.
गिट इनिट के बाद ये किया ना गिट इनिट. ओके, फिर गिट कमिट नहीं करना है, वहां पे दिया है आपको क्या करना है.
ये git config नहीं किया.
नहीं नहीं, सी फर्स्ट क्या करना है, एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोजेक्ट में जाना है.
हाँ
ओके, गिट इनिट रन करना है, ठीक है.
किया.
सो दिस विल इनिशियलाइज ए एम्प्टी गिट रेपोजिटरी फॉर यू. डॉट गिट करके एक फोल्डर विजिबल रहेगा उसमें,
ओह
ठीक
यस
है.
डन.
फिर सेकंड चीज क्या करना है, आपको गिट रिमोट एट ओरिजिन करना है, ठीक है. बट ये वाला नहीं लेना है, ये एसएसएच से वर्क करता है. मैंने बोला कि हमें एचटीटीपीएस यूज करना है. ओके, सो क्या करना है, गिट रिमोट एट ओरिजिन, और ये यूआरएल नहीं यूज करना है. यहाँ पे आप क्लोन में जाओगे ना, तो इसमें एक एचटीटीपीएस करके एक यूआरएल है, वो यूआरएल यूज करना है. सो इट विल बी गिट रिमोट एट ओरिजिन एंड दिस यूआरएल. ओके,
So now which command I have to give? Git remote
गिट
add
रिमोट
origin.
एड ओरिजिन स्पेस ये एचटीटीपीएस वाला यूआरएल.
Okay.
ओके, ठीक है, वो हो गया. फिर
एक minute.
So for me, Git is saying it's not recognized as an internal or external command.
हाँ, सो वो पाथ में ऐड नहीं हुआ, सो वो पाथ में ऐड करना पड़ेगा.
But
Maybe-
it's opening another window with a dollar sign.
इट्स ओपनिंग गिट बैश.
हाँ.
हाँ, सो वहाँ से यूज कर सकते हैं. यू कैन यूज इट फ्रॉम देयर देन. फॉलो द सेम स्टेप्स.
Okay. How to do that?
So create a new project. Okay, create a empty new project.
Where
Okay,
is the command for that?
there is no command to create a project. Like there's a option to create a project. If I go to my account,
No, that is all done. Na? Project all I have done in this thing. But from here I need to push, no, to.
yeah. So you created the project, right? So you will see something like this now.
Yes.
Yes. So now you need to run these two commands first on your system.
Okay, but problem is dollar sign is there, but it's not in that particular folder where I am actually. My project is
Yeah. So
there.
you will have to go to that direction.
But this is
Okay,
not
so-
a command prompt, no.
Yeah, just a second. My mouse is not. The first two commands which you see over here, the git config global, that are global commands. Okay.
Okay.
So there
Okay.
is no need to go to that specific directory and run it. Okay.
Fine. Okay.
So you can run this two command as of now wherever
Okay.
you are.
Hmm. Yeah, sir. That two lines are done.
Okay. So now you need to go to your directory, right?
Hmm.
So if you write something called as cd space dot dot, okay, just try to write cd space dot dot.
Yeah.
So now you should see something like what I'm seeing.
C users, yeah.
Yeah. So you might be getting, now you can traverse to your path easily, right?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I got remote origin already exists, so I have to just push it now.
You got that.
Hmm.
Okay. So what you can do is now, if it already exists, then do one thing. Just delete that .git folder from your project. Okay.
Okay.
And then run this command again. Run git init again. Run git remote add origin
Hmm.
space that URL again.
Hmm.
Then run this command which you see. Can you see something called as push an existing folder?
Nice.
nahin, in my on my screen.
Hmm.
Sir, I have moved to my folder. Now the next is I need to do that init step.
Yeah, you can run git init.
Git init and git remote add origin and the HTTP ka path.
Yes, correct.
Sir, I deleted the git which is create was in my folder. Now I have to say git in it, right?
Yeah,
Then,
git init is done. Then run this command, git remote add origin,
huh,
and followed by HTTPS URL.
done,
Done.
done, successfully done.
Now run git add hyphen dot hyphen space dot git
Git
add space dot.
add space daughter.
Okay. Now just it's added. Everything is done, or
हाँ
it's showing something.
नहीं वो वार्निंग आ रहा है कुछ LF will be replaced by
हाँ, सो मैंने बोला ना आपको नोड मॉड्यूल्स कमिट नहीं करना है, वो बहुत ज्यादा फाइल्स है.
हाँ
सो आप इंडिविजुअल प्रोजेक्ट पुश कर रहे हो या फिर मैंने जैसे किया है वैसे पुश करने को ट्राई कर रहे
एक
हो?
ऐप टू जो प्रोजेक्ट है ऐप टू
हाँ,
एप्लीकेशन
ओके,
बना है इन दैट
ओके,
डायरेक्टरी करंटली आई एम एंड आई एम गोइंग टू पुश इट
ओके. सो उसमें गिट इग्नोर फाइल है, राइट? डॉट गिट इग्नोर करके.
हाँ है उसमें
सो हो गया कमांड एग्जीक्यूट आपका, वो
हाँ
गिट ऐड.
हाँ
हाँ हाँ, अभी ये रन करो, गिट कमिट हाइफन एम इनिशियल कमिट.
git commit -m initial ना
हाँ,
गिट ऐड के पहले कुछ चेंजेस करना था क्या फोल्डर में?
नहीं नहीं, कुछ नहीं करना था.
हाँ डन
ओके, हो गया. अभी ये लास्ट कमांड रन करो, गेट पुश हाइफन यू ओरिजिन. मेन नहीं लिखना, मास्टर लिखना, ठीक है? सो ये
git push -u origin master
हाँ
right
हाँ. सो ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड वो आस्क करेगा आपसे.
उसने कुछ पूछा नहीं लेकिन
हो गया क्या? ऐसे ही हो गया?
हाँ इनन्यूमरेटिंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स ऐसा है
अच्छा, तो ठीक है, चलेगा, कोई बात नहीं, वो हो जाएगा बाद में. आपका वो रीलोड कर देना तो ये मिल जाएगा आपको.
so now I have to check in that my
हाँ, यस.
repository right
हाँ, यस.
yes I got it
ओके.
So these command line instructions I'm not able to get after creating a new project.
Did you created the empty blank project?
Yes.
Okay, can you go to the project which you created?
Yeah, I've clicked on it. I just scrolled down, but it is not showing command line instructions.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is
Uh,
this.
yeah, so there's a reason you might have clicked on add what we say readme file. That's the reason you're
Yeah.
not able to see it.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
create a new project again.
Yeah, you can delete the existing one and create a new one.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you.
Any other questions or queries if someone is facing issue?
Yes, participants, if you have got any doubt, you may ask.
Sir, that gate push your origin, it should be main or master.
So if you have while running git init, okay, if you have specified something called as initial branch equal to main, okay,
हाँ मेन दिया था मैंने,
दिया था ना, हाँ, so main करना अभी.
बट वो पासवर्ड वगैरह मैं दे रही हूँ, यूजर नेम पासवर्ड, so it is showing authentication failed.
So
It
username
should
or
be with Gmail, whatever I should write, or only the user ID I should write.
no, the entire email should be there.
I'm doing that, but still it's showing
Okay,
authentication.
so you might have got mail from GitLab or something like that to verify it once.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. After this,
Sir,
what need to be done then?
So after this, you logged in using Git, right?
हाँ.
So Git में settings रहता है to update your password.
हम्म.
So settings में जाओगे ना आप, तो उसमें पासवर्ड अपडेट करना पड़ेगा आपको.
नहीं वो
So
नहीं सर, मतलब ये स्टेप होने के बाद मेरा फोल्डर कैसा दिखेगा, कुछ एनी अदर स्टेप?
नहीं, नो अदर स्टेप, डायरेक्टली जो कमांड्स है ना
ओके.
वो ही रन करना है.
नो आफ्टर ओरिजिन मेन द रिमाइनिंग वो नीचे दिया है, वो पोर्शन एग्जिस्टिंग गिट रिपोजिटरी, वो भी करना है क्या?
जस्ट अ सेकेंड. कौन सा?
न्यू प्रोजेक्ट में वो स्टेप्स आ रहा है ना?
हाँ हाँ, नहीं वो नहीं करना है, आपने ओरिजिन ऑलरेडी सेट कर दिया, राइट?
हाँ हाँ हाँ,
हाँ, सो अभी वही करना है आपको.
वही
क्या करना
लास्ट
है?
है, ओरिजिन मेन इज द लास्ट.
या फिर गेट ऐड, गेट कमिट और गेट पुश रन करना है.
and sir, to pull, we have to just say git clone and that HTTP wala path, right?
हाँ, यस.
We just have to refresh the page, no, sir?
Yeah.
After. Yeah, got it, sir.
Yeah, I think we have covered like most of the part of it, like whatever was specified in the agenda, right? From how can you create your project, work on it using different libraries, and how can you push it to your Git account. So yeah, I think that's all from my end. If you guys have any doubt, then you can contact me further. Yeah.
Okay. So Swapnil sir, thank you very much. As you are always there for helping us. Now I think you have covered all the topics, whatever which is assigned, and which is there in the schedule. Almost all the topics that you have covered, and I think all the participants they learn many things from you. And on the behalf of our IT department, yes, I think Ashish sir is also there. So on behalf of our IT department, we are very thankful to you, and I hope that definitely you will be there for us at any time, at any moment. So thanks a lot, Swapnil.
Thank you, sir.
Ashish sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to share few things before we end up the session. Uh, it was actually good to see Swapnil back and taking so much efforts to deliver these sessions. And it was really good to see the improvement in the Swapnil over the few years. Okay, because the way he has now taking the sessions, commanding everything, that is really good to see. So really feeling well that we have such a student or alumni now. Okay, for from our institute. Okay, so best of luck, Swapnil, for all your future endeavors. And of course, we would like to have more back in the college for a different kind of session like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, Swapnil. Nitin sir, if you are there, kindly stop the recording.